Peace, brothers and sisters. This is Omari. I know I'm a single dad experience. Today, I'm gonna basically talk about my whole custody battle for my kids. This one is pretty easy. The first time I went, my kid's mom wasn't there, so that was the initial turning point for me to get my children. And once I got them, it was sweet. I mean, I can't even argue the fact that this is probably the happiest time of my whole entire existence, being on this planet Earth, roaming the plains of this beautiful world that we live in. Regardless of all the turmoil that's going on in this world, man, if you look at your babies, regardless how old they are, how young they are, you gotta think, man, that's their future. We are they now. So everything we do now, whether it be good or bad, it'll impact their future. And statistically, I'm not even supposed to have my children being a black man in America, which is bananas, because they didn't even expect me to even show up to none of my court dates when me and my kid's mom was fighting for our children. So me just doing that, I had already won the war, but I still had these little, I had a lot of other little battles I had to go, contend, and all these other different fights that I was involved in and didn't even know I was involved in, because the system really confuses you and have you all discombobulated. So my first round, it was pretty easy. Now fast forward, I want to say 4 years later, me and my kid's mom, we stayed in communication, here and there type shit, stuff that you go through. But I'm not gonna say I don't care what happened to the young lady, because I did, but at the same time, when you did what you did, it hurt them. And then I had to answer questions about you that I couldn't even give answers to. So you already know I'm not even about kicking backs in, but fair game is fair game. And at the end of the day, the people that was involved in that situation, they know what happened. And I'm gonna just leave it as that. I explained all of that stuff in all my prior videos, but this one right here is just it was just the beginning of me understanding what was involved when it comes taking care of your babies, because you full-time hands-on. So it was pretty easy, because I was already there in their life from day one. So that was the easy part. Everything else in between is going to be other videos after this that I definitely explain to y'all everything that just my experiences. And I'm sure if there's anybody else out there who's a single father who if not went through something like what I went through, leave anything in the comments, bro, because spot on, we all got to stick together as one. And I'm only making these videos because my father wasn't in my life, and it's kind of hard to, if you had no father figure in your life, it's hard to kind of raise a young dude to be a young man, especially a gentleman who respects himself, number one, and then respect others, afterwards. And I guess I can say that I'm doing to him that I didn't want done to me. So I definitely not gonna run out on my little man. And believe me, he's giving me a run for my money in school. If any one of y'all fellas and some of y'all ladies who, have a child that's diagnosed with ADHD, man, listen, man, leave everything in the comments, because trust me, my little man is giving me a run for my money. But that's neither here or there. Now, the second part of this custody thing is me and my kid's mom, we really cool. We really cool. Like, we grown to be more friends than anything. And I like that, because I'm not one to try to keep nobody kids from them. You keep yourself from them. I don't control you, you control yourself. So I don't need nobody to assume that, especially her. I don't need her to assume that I would ever keep her from her children when she did it to herself. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the bottom line. But the second time when we went to court, this time it was more or less she the one that filed custody papers to try to get the babies back from me. And what hurt me the most about all of this stuff that, we kind of talked about before any of this stuff, because this is how all of this stuff transpired. She got a brother who think he run her life. And what happened was, when she went to Virginia, he didn't say, let's get your children and all of us go down there. Not me, but her and my kids. It was none of that. He just came and snatched her and took her. So you abandoned your babies because the same dude who told you to come on, you went with. Family or no family, I'm not leaving mine behind with nobody. I don't give a fuck if Jesus walked this planet Earth and he was the last person. No, they coming with me. Believe me, they coming with me. And I kind of seen it coming, but like I said, man, I asked the universe for my babies, and the universe gave me my babies. And no matter how the universe responded to me asking for my children, I got them. And the reality is, I got them because I was already battle tested when I was going back and forth to court. So mentally, I knew I was prepared. Physically, I knew I was prepared. Emotionally, I wasn't really too prepared for that part, because when you want your kids to be, the best kids possible of your ability to raise your kids. And when your kids, them. Like, if your kids is bad as hell, that. You can sit there and look and be like, yeah, I know that little bad motherfucker did that shit. And some people know that they kids is angels. Like, I'm not gonna say all kids don't do no mischievous things, because we all, by nature, just by nature, this is what we do. So there's no perfect being on this planet Earth that ever even existed to be perfect by any means of the imagination. So I know I gave my mom a run for her money, and my son is giving me the same for mine. And I love him for that. I love him for that. Ooh, I love him for that. But that's just me. But yeah, man, so I know I just jumped off a topic, but I can't help but talk about my babies, man. Like, I love them so much. Like, I wish my pops had did this for me. I'm not saying my mom was bad, but I wish I had a way better relationship with my father, You know what I'm saying? Rest in paradise, big man, until we meet again. Because my kids haven't had a chance to meet my dad. And that hurts so much. That hurts so much. But, you know, it is what it is. I'll talk about that a whole nother time. So this whole process of this, you know, this custody, you know, thing, when we get there, you got her brother, her boyfriend, and her. And you know, it's me and my girl at the, you know, it's me and my girl. And you know the system is fucked up, bro. Listen, bro, you know the system's fucked up when you go there, right? Now, I don't care about paying child support because I have an older son that his mom's was, oh my gosh, so fucking money hungry. So I've been through that phase before. So I you know, I don't care, man. My babies, they didn't ask to be here, man. I asked to be in this position, and I damn sure will handle mine. But I kind of like didn't care. But what bothered me was when the judge was, you know, explaining, like letting us know, you know, why I'm here.